What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be over, obviously you've seen the thumbnail, the Latitude knee pads. This is the new versions. I've never actually used knee pads. This is actually my first time using knee pads, but I've used them quite a bit. One stick, I used 4 sticks. I had the Latitude sticks right over here. I'll show those in another video if you want to see them. But we're going to go over these knee pads because I feel like they need a really good review. I've used them for the past, I don't know, month and a half, and I'm blown away by them. So first things first, the style of them are really, really nice. They have this little hinge here. That way when your leg bends, the knee pads bend with your leg. You don't get a lot of strap pain, you know, where they connect and they go around your leg. You can hardly feel them on you at all. You have this inside right here that keeps them, you know, from sliding down your pants. I know some hunting pants are slicker than others. But they've worked really, really good for me. I obviously don't wear a Sitka or nothing like that. I wear Magellan, but they do the job for me. They've never slipped down. They have these neat little buckles here. I'm actually kind of worried about this long term to see if it actually lasts. And it's plastic. That's, you know, Latitude's big on not using any kind of metal. So I get the concept there, but you know, they just go in like that and you pop them in when you put them on your leg. But so far, so good. I was kind of worried about the $70 price point. You know, I got a lot of tethered stuff. I feel like, you know, buy once, cry once for good gear, and don't spend you know, cheap money on cheap gear, and then you're going to end up spending more money in the long run anyways. Just how I've always done it. But the inside, I believe these have double the padding as the old ones that they had come out with. They look similar to these, but I think they actually changed up some of the pattern on the front here. Give you guys a better look at it. They grip really, really good. They're not super deep, but as you can tell, it's like a, how would you explain it? A soft rubber, hard enough to where it's not gonna hurt your knee, and you're not gonna feel very much through it. I imagine if you put your knee on a knot or something on a tree, yeah, you'd probably feel it after a little while. And obviously when you're sitting, like I have the tethered saddle, the new one, if you're sitting long enough in the same position, you're not moving your knees around, eventually you're going to feel a little bit through the knee pad, but these are extremely thick. And so I was tied between going with knee pads or going with a actual pad. And the number one thing for me was, for one, I one stick a lot. And I was wanting something that was more versatile to use, you know, not just when I'm in the tree and sitting there. So I went ahead and got these, and I'm glad I did, because when I'm one sticking, now I use my knees a lot more than I used to. It hurts when you put your knees in your one sticking if you put your knees in the bark. These, I hardly notice they're on my leg or anything, but they really, really help the comfort when I'm sitting in there in my saddle and I'm, you know, making the move up, whatever. I could sit there all day long with my knees in there. You know, I've climbed hard bark trees, pine trees, all kinds of stuff, no issues at all. I will say one thing, make sure you pick a big enough tree. Knee pads are only going to work good for you if you pick a big enough tree to where you can sit square with your knees into the tree. Obviously, your knees are going to naturally want to push out of the tree, so if you get on a little bitty tree, knee pads probably aren't going to work good for you unless you use one knee, you know, put the other one out and then keep swapping. But I find that trees that are about 16 to 20 inches are pretty much perfect. I could sit down in my saddle and my knees go straight into the tree. They don't want to push out or nothing like that. I know Tethered has that new Notion or whatever that has the contoured edges to where it kind of holds your knees in. And yes, that'll probably work good. But like I said, the reason I went with these knee pads is because they're more versatile. When I'm shooting out of the tree and I want to rotate around it, if you just had a knee pad, you know, once you get past the end of the pad, that's it. With knee pads, you can actually still use your knee pads all the way around the tree if you have a shot that's, you know, at a hard angle or whatever. But the quality of these are extremely good, dude. I haven't noticed any, you know, tears, or I noticed some people on the reviews that I did see, they said that eventually it rips right here. I haven't seen any of that. I got tree bark all in them all the time. I'm constantly cleaning them out because I'm one sticking and bark's falling down and getting in between them. So when I'm up in the tree, I had to clean my pants off. But as far as the quality and the comfort, these things are amazing, dude. I would not hesitate again to spend $70 on knee pads. And you know, I have a mix of gear. it's not all tethered, it's not all Latitude. Last year I used Latitude's Method 2 saddle. I loved it, but I want to try something different. I got the new Ultra Lock or Lockdown, and I'm going to do a video on that one here pretty soon. But I really wanted to give you guys a look at these. I put these things to the test through the mud. I fell down in a creek. They clean up real good. You know, it's kind of like tires. If the tread pattern's wide enough, they're real easy to clean. You ain't got to pick stuff out of them. But they're extremely comfortable, extremely worth the price. I wouldn't hesitate to buy them again. I'll give you guys a little bit better look at them. But if you guys are interested in these, I'll try to leave a link down below. I'm just now starting to do these kind of videos again on reviews, but you can go to Latitude's website. I'm sure they have some in stock. If they're out of stock, try Shields. I think that's actually where I got these because they were out of stock on the new versions. But definitely will recommend these. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're not a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm about to start doing a lot of videos on a lot of gear. Finally got my shop set up. We're going to put a bow press. We're going to have an entire bow shop in here, so I'm tired of going places. I got a target set up back here, about 20 yards. I'm going to do a night range. It's going to be fun. Go check me out on TikTok. I got a decent following on TikTok. We're going to start going live again. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, think about subscribing. Peace.